Hello and welcome to another GCSE revision video. In this video we're going to be looking at mathematical translations. Now in mathematics, if we move a shape from one location to another location without changing the shape's size or orientation, this is called a translation. And frankly, that's all there is to it. Okay, well, so much for the theory. Let's have a go at putting this into practice. Right, we have a rectangle here, and we're told to translate this shape 6 units in the positive x direction. That just means shift it 6 units to the right on this graph without making it go up or down, without changing the y values. So let's have a look at the locations of the vertices. So the bottom right corner is at -2, 1. So the bottom right hand corner is going to have to be at, well, -2 plus 6 is the same as 6 minus 2, which is 4. So that's going to be 4, 1, because the y-axis has to stay the same, or the y-coordinate has to stay the same. So that's 4, 1, so I make that here. I hope my eyes are right. Okay, so the bottom left, that looks like -3.5 to me. In fact, I'm not going to strain my eyes anymore, I'm actually going to zoom in. Oh, that's nicer. Right, yes, that is -3.5. So that's -3.5 plus 6. Well, that's going to be +2.5. Because 6 minus 3.5, well, 6 minus 3 is 3, and then 3 minus another half is going to be 2.5. So, and that's still at 1 on the y-axis. So that's going to be here. And now the other two are at, the y location is 3 and the x locations haven't changed because it's a rectangle. So where we've got the 3, I'm going to put here and here. And so now I can draw my rectangle. Actually, let's draw it. So my rectangle should look something like that. So that's translated 6 units across in the x direction, in the positive x direction. So that's just 6 units that away. Okay, let's try another example. We're asked to translate this shape 5 units in the negative y direction. So what that means is we're subtracting 5 units from the y coordinates and we're leaving the x coordinates alone. I suppose this graph technically should have been labelled with the x-axis along the bottom and the y-axis on the top, but hopefully you know by now the convention is always the x-axis goes across and the y-axis goes up and down. Alright, so let's zoom in, get a closer look. Okay, so our bottom right corner of this rectangle is -2, 1, and we're supposed to be translating 5 units in the negative y, so we're subtracting 5 from y and leaving x alone. So we're staying at -2, but 1 minus 5, 1 minus 5 is -4. So we're going down to -4, and so it's -2, -4, and this is the vertex. Now the bottom left is still at y coordinate 1, the x coordinate is negative 3.5 and the y coordinate is 1, so this will stay at negative 3.5 and it will be negative 4. And now the top is 3. The x coordinates stay the same, so the y coordinate 3 minus 5 is negative 2. So here at negative 2 we'll have the other 2 points. And so I can draw my rectangle here. And that rectangle is translated 5 units along the negative y-axis, or minus 5 units along the y-axis. Okay, I think we can try one more example. Okay, the last example. Translate this shape 5 units in the positive x direction and 2 units in the positive y direction. Okay, so let's zoom in and see where we stand. Okay, so our coordinates are, the bottom left is negative 2, 1. So I've got to add 5 units to the x, so negative 2 plus 5 is positive 3, and 2 units in the y direction, I believe I said, so that 1 is going to become a 3. So I need to go up to this 3 here, so this is 3, 3. Now the bottom left is negative 3.5, 1. So if I go 5 units to the right, that negative 3.5 plus 5, well, negative 3 plus 5 is positive 2, so that's going to be 1.5. So that's going to be here. And then I've got to go up to 3 on the y-axis, because 1 plus 2 is 3. Now the y coordinates, the x coordinates stay the same and the y coordinates have gone up to 3. So if we're going to add 2 to 3 we're going to get 5. So the other 2 points are going to be up here at the 5 mark. So every coordinate I've basically added 5 to the x coordinate and 2 to the y coordinate. So now I know where my vertices are, I can just draw the shapes. And that is all there is to it with regards to translations. Another way you could translate is if you have some tracing paper, you could just trace around the original shape and then follow the instructions with your traced shape on your tracing paper. So in this case you would move the entire sheet of paper 5 units to the right and 2 units up. And then you could trace again and draw the other shape using tracing paper. But I think in this case, just knowing to add the x and y values is actually the easier way to do it. To just write down or plot the coordinates of the vertices and then just draw the shape. Okay, I hope you found that helpful. Don't forget to like if you found this helpful. Comment if you have any suggestions as to other videos you'd like me to make that are GCSE Maths related. Subscribe if you want to be notified when I upload videos. And if you're taking your GCSEs this year, I'd like to wish you all the best with your revision and all the best with your exams, and I look forward to seeing you in another video.